about what we're doing in the Middle East. And they asked me what I would do when I was in one of the debates. You know, what's your position? How are you supposed to handle this? And you know, rather than making it complex and deciding what to do on day 1, day 6, day 15, or 2 weeks, 2 months, my simple explanation of what we ought to do is, we just marched in, we ought to just march home. The war is an undeclared war. The war is fought, has been fought under false pretenses. The things that we were told were absolutely wrong. Some people call them lies. Still, a large number of American people believe that we're in Iraq because of 9/11. And 9/11, the Iraqis and Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with 9/11, yet that was used as an excuse because there was a desire to go there from the very beginning. Matter of fact, it was the previous administration in 1998 that passed the Iraq Liberation Act that said, we will have regime change. That is when I started speaking out against the coming war as early as 1998. And yet now...
Where did that go?
We were led to believe, of course, it was related to 9/11, that weapons of mass destruction and our national security depended on it. The tragedy is that the resolution that was passed that transferred the power, the authority, and responsibility for the Congress to the President said that there were 2 reasons why we had to go into Iraq. One, our national security was threatened, which wasn't so. And the other reason that not many people talk about that even is more offensive, the Congress gave the President the authority to go into war if he felt like it to enforce UN resolutions. We should never go to war for UN resolutions. Never.
I'm sorry, people, but this is the best quality I can get and as close as I can get.
It's for oil. I think not too long ago, Alan Greenspan wrote a book. That's what he said. The real reason we're over there is for oil. And just this past week, Senator McCain said, and he had to back away and tried to get away from it, but there's no way. He said, if they just do what he says, we wouldn't have to fight any more of these wars for oil. Well, that's as long as everybody obeys and does what we tell them. We have only had to give our people around the world 2 choices. One, we go to them and we say, we want you to do this, this, and this. And if you don't do it, we're going to bomb you. Then the other group, they say, okay, you do this, and they do it. We end up giving them money. I say, let's have a third option. Let's talk to people. Let's travel and trade with people. Let's not fight with people. When I think of the amount of money that we as taxpayers have to pay to send our dollars and our planes and our bombs over to the Middle East and other parts of the world, and in these unconstitutional, undeclared wars, we start bombing, a lot of infrastructure gets broken up. And then our government says, oh, that's too bad, we've done that. So then they come back and they tax us again. We blow up their bridges, then they tax us again to rebuild the bridges, and yet our own bridges, what's happening, they're falling down. I say, let's take care of our